Hello the caterpillars, and today we are doing board games for 2 players. So a lot of these you can play 4-player as well, but they do work really well as 2-player. So the first one we're going to talk about is Flashpoint Fire Rescue. So you're basically a firefighter. You have, there's 2 different boards you can switch between. Basically you are putting out fires. You have this little like house layout and you have people you have to rescue. There are other things to make this game a little bit more complicated, but me and my husband find that just trying to deal with all the fires and trying to get the people out is hard enough because you have to get 7 people out to win the game. You can only lose 3 people to the fires. And every time you roll, like you take a turn, at the end you have to roll a dice and roll where the next fire is going to start. So usually the fire starts off as smoke, but if there's any fires next to those smokes, they instantly turn into fires, and quite quickly you can have a room on fire in a couple of turns. And it's even more scarier when you've got people and like the people tokens in there, and all of a sudden this room that you thought was cleared, all of a sudden there's explosions and fires, and it works really well 2-player. Actually, a lot of the time me and my husband like to play this. We play 2 characters each, so there's like a blue character, a white character, an orange character, and a green character. So usually we'll pick 2 of those characters and we each play like 2 people and kind of go around in turns to kind of help our firefighters get more fires put out faster. So even though it's technically a 4-player game, it does work really well 2-player, and it's really fun, and you're like racing against the clock to try to put out the fires, because every time you roll, you have to roll a fire. So it makes the fires happen really quickly, and then if anything explodes and you lose, they just put like these black things, these little black cubes against the walls where the fire hit, and then if you run out of the black cubes, you also lose the game. Now there are character cards and special abilities with those characters. We've never played with them because, again, like I said, we just find that trying to put out the fires is hard enough. There are expansions sets for this game, but I do really enjoy it. We haven't got the expansion. I think there's like a dog one you can get, which is really fun. And I think he has like special abilities and stuff like that. But I don't think he can rescue people. I think he can just go put out fires, or he can only rescue people. I don't know. And then the next one is My Little Everdale. This game is so cute. You can kind of see from the back of it. It's this little like animals, and you're trying to get all these little like treasure things and build up your little board and build up your little island, and it's a lot of fun. I've never played the full. I think the Little Everdale is kind of more for little kids, but we think it's so cute. You're trying to like get resources and kind of build your little farming ville. Once you kind of get everything going, it can go really quickly. But we really enjoy this game. It's really fun, easy, and you're trying to like get the first of like, there's all these different things you're trying to get. So you're trying to get 5 of the same animal, 1 of each different thing, 3 of the same, and then 5 little houses. And then you're trying to get all those ones before the other person to get more points and stuff like that. And it's quite fun. And then Parks. I love this game. This board game works really well as 2-player. It even can be a 1-player, so it's 1 to 5 players. It says it's 40 to 70 minutes. This was, I believe, a Kickstarter first, but I think it since actually has an actual game board. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to hike across this area, and you get to take pictures along the way, collect resources. Me and my husband always fight over the pictures just because I think it's really beautiful. This game is so pretty. You're trying to get all these mountains, and you have these goals at the end that you have to kind of get points for, and you're trying to go and visit all these different national parks. And oh my god, are the cards ever just like the most beautiful thing ever. I will show you some of them because this game is just so pretty. Look how pretty these are. Aren't these beautiful? Like this is the one from the picture, but look how pretty these are. Oh my god, I'm obsessed. Like they just look so picturesque. Like, and these are all like actual national park names too, which is really cool. All over the world. These are so pretty, and they have like little information and tells you where the park is and some little facts about the park. It's so pretty. So we love parks. So you travel across this little mountain. You're this little hiker person, and you You like go along the board and try to like collect all the resources and like try to visit as many parks as you possibly can. I've never played the like it's called, I think, the Solo Wolf, which is the one person play game too, which is kind of cool that this game does have a one player aspect, but it works really well as 2-player. 5 seems like a little bit much for 5-player, but it would work well 4-player as well. And then the last game is Calico. I love Calico. It is this fun quilt making game that you are basically, it works really well 2-player, it works really well 4-player, like 1 to 4. Actually, it would work well, it's a 1-player game as well. You could play this by yourself. It's kind of almost like a solitary game, like you're not really worried about like what the other person is doing because you're just so focused on trying to get your quilt done. Because you've got all these objectives you have to do. And then you get this little like, it's called the store, but this bag, I can show you guys. You get this bag of like all the little quilt pieces, and like you get to pick one every time, and there's like 3 in a row, and so when you pick one, you pick out a new one. And then you get to choose only from those 3 to kind of fill in your quilt. And all the objectives I find are like really hard to get because like you want to get ones of like every different color plus design is different. So these are your like quilting boards, so you want to like fill the space all up. These little ones are the specific ones you have to like build around. So there's one that's like you have to get 7, I think it's 7 different colors and 7 different patterns. So that one's super hard because sometimes you can get the different color one is usually easy, but getting one of every different pattern as well as a different color without having any of them around that square match up. And then there's one of like A, B, B, C, C, so like 1 of 1, 2 of 2, and 2 of 2, and one is like 3 of 3, 3 of 3, and 1 of 1. So that one's fun too. And then there's ways to make this game even harder. There's little cats you can get to come on your board. There's like, you can get a coconut, an autumn. Like some of them have different like designs and they require different things. You can get cats to come sleep on your quilt. And then you can get little pieces like fruits and stuff that you can obtain through colors if you have like so many of a color in one area. So it's a really fun game. Again, there's ways to make it harder, which is really nice, but me and my husband find that we don't even need to go to the like advanced level or making the game harder because we have a hard time like just getting our quilts formed in time. And then half the time I'm not even like looking what he's doing because I'm so focused on what I'm trying to do. You could definitely sabotage what the other person's doing, like, oh, this person's going for this, okay, that piece just came up, I'm gonna take that piece before that person has a chance to like grab it. So there's ways to kind of like manipulate it, but we just find so much like, so much of it is just so quietly concentrating on like what we're trying to do with it. So we don't really end up having to like fight over the pieces. Sometimes he just coincidentally takes the pieces I need because he also needs it. So like I said, these are all the games we really like as kind of 2-player, which you can play them for more. Some of them you can play as 1-player as well, which is kind of fun too. But a lot of games are hard to find just like good 2-player games, so these are definitely ones I recommend. That is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys later, guys. Bye.